actually the universe also has a cycle. And there's a light and dark, and the periods of light and periods of dark. So all of that exists in the universe and within us. Our bodies needs day and night diurnal cycle. If we are awake at night time and we are sleeping during the day, our bodies are not able to adjust to this cycle of, because the moon and the sun are shining, and at night time our hormones that are released are for rest, relax, rejuvenate, and rewire yourself for the next day. And if you're not able to do that, the next day, your whole cycle is not in sync. And our hormones are very much related to these cycles. So when we are talking about the hormones, and especially the women hormones, are very much related to the moon cycles and the cycles of the nature. Absolutely pleasure to be here. Let's start with the mantras. I know you have been learning Sri Vidya, and the most powerful technique of Sri Vidya is the mantras. So let's start with the Guru mantra. Aim Hrim Shrim Aim Klim Soha Hamsa Shiva Soham Hasaka Frame Hasakshmalvari Om Hasom Sahakshmalvari Im Sahom Sarupa Nirupa Hetave Sa Gurave Shri Annapurnamba Sahita Shri Amritanandanatha Shri Guru Shri Padukam Pujyami Tarpayami Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Aim Klim Soha Hamsa Shiva Soham Hasaka Frame Hasakshmalvari Om Hasom Sahakshmalvarim Sahom Sarupa Nirupa Hetave Sa Gurave Shri Annapurnamba Sahita Shri Amritanandanatha Shri Guru Shri Padukam Pujyami Tarpayami Namaha. Shuklam Paradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye Gananam Tvam Ganapatim Gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastramam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anand Sunavannitihi Shirasadhanam Shri Mahaganadipate Namaha Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Ya Kundendu Tushar Har Dhavala Ya Shubhra Vrastravina Ya Veena Vardant Mandit Khada Ya Shweta Padmasana Ya Brahmachyut Shankara Devi Sada Vandita Samam Patu Saraswati Bhagavati Nishchechatyapara. Aim Badvadvakvadini Swaha. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaste. It is my pleasure to be here today. So I am talking about Ayurveda for divine Shakti. I think we all have been studying Shakti in so many forms. And now today we'll see her appearance as Ayurveda, the divine science of life. So Ayu means life and Veda means science. Ayurveda is the science of life. So life, Veda that studies about how to live your life with its highest potential. As a Shakti, we have to recognize our highest potential in this life. And Ayurveda teaches you how to manifest that. This is mapped by Sankhya's philosophy, the journey of consciousness. And because I studied Sri Vidya, it is a very masculine way of looking. I mean, for me, I find this very masculine way of looking at Ayurveda. So I'm going to talk about it in a Shaktified way. So I'm going to talk Sri Vidya style. So Ayurveda and divine feminine. So, Purusha, the Sankhya talked about Purusha and Prakriti, and Sri Vidya talks about Shiva and Shakti. It's very similar, the concept of Shiva and Shakti, and when we understand it through, when I understood it through Sri Vidya, actually the Ayurveda completely became clear to me because the Sri Vidya, the yantra, Sri Yantra, represents the whole cosmos, the whole universe, and all its layers. So it represents Ayurveda. So she is nothing but Ayurveda. So, in the beginning, how the universe was created, even Sankhya's philosophy talks about how the universe was created, and there was nothing, and then there was a vibration, the sound, the vibration, we call it nada, and that is how as if like Shiva looked into the mirror and saw his reflection. And that reflection was the Shakti. So Shiva is this all-pervading consciousness, and the Shakti is this active principle, whereas Shiva is this passive, just observe consciousness, that is awareness existing all over. Whereas Shakti is the action principle, the manifestation principle. So she is everything that arises in the universe, everything that exists in the universe is her manifestation. She created this universe. She created the form. She created the elements. She created everything. And so, in the presence of Shiva, she creates. So they're not separate. They're two identities, but she's the creator and he's the observer. He is watching the dance of the creation. Well, in his presence, she's creating. She is this manifestation. And so she is everything. Everything that exists in the universe is her creation. And so the Divine Mother created everything for, why did she create us? Why she came from Shiva and then she had this impulse, and we call her feminine because she has this impulse to create. She wants to multiply. She wants to become many. She wants to experience as different forms, different beings, different existence. She wants to experience herself through different things. So just for her own enjoyment, she wants to see how beautiful being Natasha is, what can I manifest through Patricia or to anybody here, all of us are her manifestation. So important part is to remember that Shakti is not just, she is the birth, she is the life itself that is existing right now, and then she's the death. So she does not hesitate to let go and end and finish and restart. So she is not just the creation, she is the sustenance, and she is destruction. So she is all aspects of our being. She is the changing form. She is constantly evolving. She's manifesting and creating and sustaining it and changing it. So she is not same all the time, but her full potential of her you can see in the nature. So it's the cyclical cycles of the nature that she has. She is the nature. She's the nature as the, day and night. She's the moon, she's the sun, she's the earth, she's the planets, she's everything. So when you're seeing her in that manifestation, you understand that, how she has created everything, she's created us, and how we are connected to this power, this force, this source that we are connected to. So we are similar to all that exists in the universe. And so the cyclical cycles, I think you all have been a little bit studying about the cycles of nature, are the same cycles that are happening within our body. We are not different from what's happening in the nature, and we've forgotten that. And this modern world is when we are having all of these issues because we are not connected to the nature anymore. When we connect to nature and we understand the nature, we understand that, when we are in sync with everything that's happening around us, we just flow. We just flow with this beauty, the grace of the mother, and she takes us through this. When our flower comes, it blooms, it shows its beauty all around, and then it withers away with its recognition that it's time for me to go. I'm happy, and it just goes. Same as our lives. We come, we recognize our potential, do what we need to do, become a full, beings. And when it times is right, we prepare for our end cycles and the end of life. So that's what is Ayurveda. It taught you to go through all of this in a very systematic way, so you could understand all of this and live in harmony with nature. So we are not different from nature. We are all these trillions of cells that are in our body. Also, we are not independently working. If you see our bodies are made up of trillions of cells. And then this body is a little cell in the universe. We are also part of this little cell in the universe, and it's just another cell in the universe, basically. We have to see it that way. It comes, arises, and it subsides. So there are these cycles, cyclical cycles, which are, the earth rotating on its axis is a diurnal cycle, and day and night. Then we have the monthly cycle, the moon cycles, which are month, full moon and new moon. And then we have the yearly cycle. Yearly cycle is the full seasonal, all seasons that come into the yearly cycle. And then there is universal cycle. Actually, the universe also has a cycle. And there's a light and dark, and the periods of light and periods of dark. So all of that exists in the universe and within us. Our bodies needs day and night, diurnal cycle. If we are awake at nighttime and we are, sleeping during the day, our bodies are not able to adjust to this cycle because the moon and the sun are shining. And at nighttime, our hormones that are released are for rest, relax, rejuvenate, and rewire yourself for the next day. And if you're not able to do that, the next day, your whole cycle is not in sync. And our hormones are very much related to these cycles. So when we are talking about the hormones, and especially the women hormones, are very much related to the moon cycles and the cycles of the nature. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. So the solar and lunar cycles are basically, they're both Shakti. They are solar, which is your left side right side of the body, and the lunar left side of the body. You're also learning that in yoga. But they are both Shakti. She's the creator. She's created both forms. So it's solar, lunar is also her. And so solar is this practical, logical, intellectual, and linear and stable, thoughtful, all that. We need that too. We need that masculine side of ourselves and solar side of ourselves to be able to, function fully. And the lunar is this creative, intuitive, heart-centered, adaptable, compassionate, nurturing. Those are the lunar. So both are us. They both exist within us. And so we have to, to be able to recognize our full potential, we do have to nurture both of them and come into the balance in the center. I want to take you through a meditation, so maybe I should first talk about the elements and then take you through the meditation. So she's made up of the 5 elements. This whole universe is made up of the 5 elements. So, and these 5 elements are earth, water, fire, air, space. Ether is the when she's creating, imagine, visualize that she's creating this universe, this divine force who's, wants to create this universe. So how does she create? She creates the space first. She creates this beautiful space that she can do her magic in. And so this create where you can hear the sound and so she creates this, the air comes into being that is circulating around the ether. And then comes the fire element. And fire is the vision and eyes. And then the water and earth elements. So these are the 5 elements, and they're connected to our 5 senses. So what is outside, she creates these 5 elements, and then that are connected to our 5 senses. So we are constantly communicating to the nature through these 5 elements and 5 senses. So let me just take you through meditation so maybe you can understand this better. So close your eyes and sit with your breathe in. Put your palms on your lap and take a deep breath in and a slow, deep breath out. Breathe in again, deep breath in and slow, deep breath out. So this meditation is to soothe and calm your senses and help you focus to understand the 5 elements better. The first element is space. It's raw and is spacious. Its role is to release any resistance in your being. So bring awareness to the space around you. Bring awareness to the spaces in your body, spaces between your bones, between your organs, between each cell. Do you feel light? Do you feel the space? Now take this awareness to your ears. Sound is associated with space element. Sound can calm you. It can soothe you. If you listen to pleasant sounds, you can get relaxed. So listen to some sound of your heart or sound of your breath. Feel this pulsation in your body, the throb of the universe in your body. Sound and ether are inseparable. So the ear is considered to be the sense organ of ether. It's associated with the action of speech, and the vehicle of action is the mouth. The second element is air. Take a deep breath in and so slow, deep breath out. Role of the breath is the movement, the flow. Touch is the element associated with air. A gentle touch can soothe the body and ease the mind. So focus on your feet, touching the floor. Focus on your hand, touching your body. Connect with this touch. Does it feel energizing? Establish this touch in your body. Is it gentle? Is it loving? Just listen to it. Just feel it. Connect with the touch. Its organ is skin, and its action is giving and receiving. You receive from the hands and give from the hands, holding, touching, loving. So hand is the vehicle of action. The next, take a deep breath in and slow breath out. The third element is fire. The role of fire is to create transformation. Vision is the sense associated with this element. It's a clear vision can help you achieve your goal, your intentions, and ensure you stay on the right track that is right for you. So focus, bring your attention to the third eye and imagine a flame. And tip of the flame, focus on the tip of the flame. That flame can give you clarity of what you need, where you need to go. And if you feel stuck, ask for the clarity. Ask for this vision to become clear to you. Hold this vision back into your navel chakra. And its vision is connected to eyes. The fire is connected to eyes. And you take action forward into your vision by walking, moving forward with your feet into the vision. So fire is connected to walking and feet. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. The next element is water. The role of the water is to create healthy emotions. Through water, we can create a juicy, fulfilling life. So the element connected to water is taste. The sense connected to water is taste. So connect to water. Is there a bitter experience in your past? Can you think of a bitter experience in your past? Now transform it with the taste, a sweet taste. Did that experience teach you something? Can you release that bitterness and invite some sweetness? So the taste is connected to the organ tongue, and action is procreation. It is in your Swadhisthana chakra, the water element in the genitals, the action of the vehicle of action. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. The fifth element is earth. Its role is to create stability and resistance. The sense of smell is associated with earth. It is through the earth we can connect to ourselves, we can ground ourselves, we can find stability, safety, security. Like, can you go back and think of a smell that is your favorite smell, a favorite flower, or even a perfume, or a fresh rainfall, the first rainfall of the season when the earth smells beautiful? Can you imagine that? Is it soothing to you? Is it grounding to you? So the smell is connected to the organ nose, and the action is taken by excretion. The anus action vehicle is anus. So the earth element is connected to excretion, smell, nose, and anus. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. Now be gentle with yourself and slowly bring your awareness to your whole body. Wiggle your fingers a little bit, wiggle your toes a little bit, and bring the awareness to your heart and feel the throb of the heart, the pulsation of the heart. Feel the joy, the love, the radiance of the heart chakra. You can feel it by putting your hand there as well and bringing your attention to the whole body, your feet and your hand, and opening your eyes halfway, just as if sitting in between the spaces, in between the worlds. And now, slowly from this shifting, open your eyes fully, feeling refreshed and aware and alert. So, hopefully, that gives you a little clearer picture of the elements, because that is the foundation of Ayurveda. From here, we talk about the three doshas, and they are made up of the five elements. So they are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And Vata is this air and ether element. Pitta is fire and water element. And Kapha is earth and water. And there is these attributes, there are 24 attributes in Ayurveda which are associated with these elements. So if you're thinking of Vata and air and ether, what is air and ether? What kind of quality would air have? What kind of quality would ether have? Right? It's just given their air is light, mobile, cold, dry. If there's too much air, you can feel roughness. But it is also very clear. The ether element is clear. And so all these are element of Vata: dry, light, cold, rough, subtle, mobile, clear. And then the attributes for Pitta is the fire element. Fire, how does fire, visualize the fire in your mind. And the water, fire and water, combination of fire and water, what would it be like? Think about it. So it's more like oily, fire is sharp, it's hot, heating. It's light, it's rising upwards, so it's light, it's mobile, and it's liquid, right? Water element. So think of those qualities when you're thinking of Pitta element. And then the Kapha. Kapha is earth and water. So Kapha is what could be the qualities of Kapha. Think about it in your mind. It's the earth element and water. It's heavy, it's slow, it can get dull, sometimes so slow that it can be dull. It's cooling, it's oily because it has water, it's soft, dense, stable, sticky, and cloudy. So think of kapha now. So these are the three doshas that Ayurveda has divided into, so we can understand each one of us have one of the doshas, or two, or sometimes even three, all three. But to identify ourselves, what we are made up of, we have all the elements in us, but some would be predominant, and those elements that are predominant is our personality type. So this is like doing a personality type test. And so you can understand by these qualities. How do you understand? You understand by understanding these qualities. So if it is vata, air and space element, think of this dry, light, cold, rough, mobile, and subtle qualities, okay? So in balance, if you're vata, in balance, you're very imaginative, creative, and exhilarated, spontaneous, changeable. You're like excited. I want to do something. Let's go. Let's go watch a movie. Next minute, let's go do something else. Let's go shopping. They're always wanting to do stuff. They cannot stay air element. Think of the air element, constantly full of energy, full of enthusiasm, full of, enjoyment. But then that's in balance, vata. And out of balance, they're just spinning all over. They can, like, oh my goodness, there's so much going on in their lives that they can just be forgetful. They forget what do I have to do next. So insomnia, they can't sleep because there's so much in their mind. Worry, anxiety, fear is very prominent in vata. Very spacey, lightheaded. They also suffer from constipation and gas. They have shakiness and chills in their body. And how you can restore vata? Of course, there's too much movement. So what can you do? If there's too much movement, you have to do the opposite. The Ayurveda is a science of doing the opposite. Similar things. If their tendency is to do vata stuff, like, oh, keep going, keep doing, keep getting excited. But when they know they are vata, they have to balance that by doing the opposite. So calm their mind, slow down a bit, regulate their lifestyle, their habits, quieten their uh, internal talk, especially rest. They cannot rest at all, so they have to learn to rest. They're cold, so bring warmth in their body and give nourishment. Nourishment you can give to vata by eating sweet, sour, and salty. Sweet, sour, and salty taste actually nourish vata. So if you're vata type, you should focus on those three tastes.
I have a quick point to make. Our sister isn't here. Irina, is that? No. So she's unwell. She's gone to see the Ayurvedic doctor.
Mm.
And she's been feeling cold.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got vertigo and the spinning mind. And she's very much the character you described as Vata.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just so amazed at how
Mm-hmm.
it shows up like this, right?
Exactly. So we all have all of it. So it's not somebody who is might be more vata would have more of these qualities. But if it is a lifestyle and a diet and all of that is wrong, anybody can become vata. So we have to always focus on restoring balance. And restoring balance is just, focusing on yourself, nourishing yourself, because who are we? We are the Shakti, we are the power of the universe. And it's in us to change. And we can bring that change by just noticing our body, our mind, our spirit, understanding who we are and what is it that makes us, and bringing that into balance. So, Pitta, if you're Pitta, and most of us these days, this lifestyle, modern lives are very Pitta oriented. So it's like, ambition, it's hot, sharp, penetrating, oily, light, and liquid. So in balance, they are extremely sharp people. They articulate really well, they talk really clear, they have a very good judgment, very critical thinking, very decisive, organized, efficient. They're usually medium built. Memory is very strong. They remember everything. And energy is, of course, they're full of energy. They always want to be, uh, go getters, basically. They'll have little curly reddish hair. So that's the fire and pitta element. And so restoring balance for pitta, uh, let go of the need to have things on the go first of all. I know, I do too. We all have, this is our modern lives actually. We all want to be just, superwoman and constantly just do everything. Great mothers, great career orient, having the best lives. We are juggling million jobs, million things. And that's a very pitta, like no default. We cannot be less than anything. We have to be perfect in everything. That perfection is pitta. So, they have to let go of this non-competitive activities, participating in non-judgmental, like taking a vow to not judge is very good, important for pitta because they're always like, oh, that nobody is better than me, I've got it all. So don't compare. Yeah, then taking time, leisure time, unstructured. You're making sure like you're not. They're constantly. They have every minute what they're going to do next minute constantly. So it's like trying to find ways to not organize so much, just letting go of certain things. If the house is messy, it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. The mother is not perfect. She is not perfect. When you start doing Sri Vidya, you realize she accepts everything, everyone as it is. There are no defaults. There's nobody is imperfect. And that's when you start to see, okay, so this is, me becoming this small me. If I am this big divine, then it's all perfect. It's all good. Letting go of that, letting go of the judgment. And the sweet, bitter, and astringent helps balance pitta. So if you are feeling this too much of pitta in your body, the heat, the judgment, the critical thinking, bitter, especially for pitta people, getting bitter in your diet and astringent in your diet is very, very important. It will balance the pitta out. So in summertime, in the seasons that are hot seasons, during the afternoon, during the daytime. So these 6 cycles that we know, day and night and yearly cycles and all of that, we can bring this knowledge into balancing ourselves. And then out of balance is sharp tongue, judgment, critical, easily frustrated and irritated, perfectionist, overachiever, overly competitive. Aren't we all? Yeah, this is, yeah, all of us are. Then when we all have this, I think yes, we have to be our own. There's no one else. We have to find out who we are and what is our weaknesses and work with that. And then kapha. What is kapha? Kapha is earth and water. Think about earth and water. So what that is. So when in balance, they're very wise. They have a memory. If you tell kapha something, they'll never forget. They'll remember you after 20 years. They'll say, you told me that, then they'll never let go of anything. So they're little, very strong in their build, heavy and soft body and firm muscles. If you're compassionate, they are forgiving, but they'll not forget. They'll, they'll remember it, but they'll not forget. They're very calm, very patient, extremely good friends. They make very loyal and steady friends. So this is all, they store up because if kapha is earth element, so they just keep storing things inside them. They don't let go of things very easily. So they are just hold on to things within them, and they're like people pleasers. So they just want to make everybody happy, and so they hold things within themselves. So out of balance, they are dull. They just don't want to do anything. Don't make me move. I just want to just sleep and read my book. That's a very typical kapha. They just don't want to get out of their bed. And heavy, lethargic depression is very easy. They get stuck. They just get stuck in something. If some emotion comes to them, they can't let go, and then they're just stuck in it. They just don't know how to get out of it. So they hold on to fluid. They're overweight, and they're hoarders, basically possession hoarders. You'll find their house fully. Yeah, that's earth element. Yeah, so the elements are, I'm just showing you elements. So always remember what that earth feels like. So, yeah, it'll be there for sure. So restoring kapha, when you know your kapha, you have to get moving no matter how hard it is. Get yourself out, get socialize, socialize with people, get out, do a good regular exercises. Seek variety. They just don't want a change in their life. So find different things to do. Usually they're the same book they'll read 10 times. But so yeah, they have to learn to, you know, watch different things, accept other things, accept other people, and reduce on the heavy foods, especially dairy and sweet. Routine, clean out of clutter because they're hoarders. So you have to let them to. And what helps kapha is this pungent sharpness. So they need fire element, right? They're just so lethargic and heavy and down. They just don't want to do anything. So pungent gets them going. Fire element gets them going. Bitter helps them going. And a little bit astringent as well, balances kapha. So that's how you can restore the balance in kapha. And then these are the times of kapha, pitta, and vata. Like I was talking about, the day has, 6 to 10 a.m. is kapha time of the day, and 10 to 2 is pitta time of the day. So that's the peak afternoon, right? 10 to 2 is like, that's when your digestive fire is very high. Your body, all the digestion juices are secreted at that time. So if you eat during that time, your heaviest meal, you are going to be able to digest it much faster because of the pitta time of the day, pitta, so, and vata is 2 to 6 again. So that's, if you, here is the another better one. So the strong agni of pitta is 10 to 2. So basically, having a dincharya, I don't know if you guys talked about it, maybe you all have already know this. So getting up in the morning at 3:30, if you see here, 3:30 to 4 p.m. early morning is Brahma Muhurta. So around, even 4 o'clock, if you get up and do your Brahma Muhurta, rise and shine right up here, uh, and do your meditations. That's the Vata time because it's air and space element, right? So it's like you can really reach very high meditative space places if you do your meditation at that time. And just get up in the morning, brush your teeth, do tongue cleaning. We have very in Ayurveda, the tongue cleaning is emphasized a lot, and the dinacharya, doing some oil swishing in your mouth, it takes away all the toxins out of your body. So we have few things that we need in Ayurveda. We recommend to do it early morning: oil pulling, tongue scraping, and then you have the breakfast from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. You have breakfast, which is kapha time of the day. So light breakfast, don't have too much at that time. And just a shower. Before shower, there are certain things that are recommended in Ayurveda that that we can do for before shower is abhyanga. So abhyanga is this massaging yourself with oil. And if I have more time, I could teach you there are murmur points in our body, and we can release the murmur points during that massage. The oil massage is done before the shower, before doing taking the shower. So the lubrication of the oil goes deep inside, penetrates into your body. And when you take the shower, especially with little lukewarm water or some steam, it is able to penetrate and leaves that soothing, oily skin. And don't use, I highly recommend not to use any creams and stuff. These days, there are all lot of chemicals, and all these chemicals like plastic has estrogen in it. So we are just throwing ourselves out of balance by using all the artificial stuff. So anything that you cannot eat, I would recommend do not put it on your skin. If you can eat the cream, then put it on your skin. You can eat the oil. So we use the oil. Oils are really good. And there are oils for Vata, Pitta, Kapha. If you really want to know, you can go into finding out an oil for you. And in the afternoon, do the have your heaviest meal from 2 to 6 a.m. Do again, it's a Vata time. So you can make a list of what you need to do. Vata is always wanting to do something. So create a list of what has to be done in the morning, some exercises, and go for a walk, all the vata activities you can do around that time. And have a light dinner at night. It's kapha from 6 to 10. So have light dinner, go for a light walk, and then sleep by 10. Because 10, if you don't sleep at 10, it becomes a pitta time. And so if you cannot, you'll be awake. If you don't sleep at 10, you will be awake till 2 a.m. You cannot sleep because it's a pitta time. Pitta is this fire element going in your body. And then you're wondering why I can't sleep because you have to sleep before 10. And that's when, the hormones are produced that put you to sleep. So if you have insomnia, then definitely sleep by 10. And so Abhyanga, here is Abhyanga oils that I have mentioned here. If you are Vata, do 4-5 because it's dry. And so do 4-5 times a week using sesame oil. And then Pitta can use coconut because it's fire element. You can use the coconut oil or sunflower oil, which are more cooling. These are cooling oils. And Kapha, they're already very heavy in their body, and so they don't need that much oil. They have the oil too much in their body, so they can just do 1 or 2 times a week, and that's just to invigorate themselves. So all three doshas, if you can do jojoba oil. And so then we have the summer, spring, the cycles of the nature. Abhyanga. Abhyanga is a oil massage. Basically, you massage your whole body with the oil. Is that therapy is called Abhyanga. Abhay means the body. Abhyanga, to nourishing the self-love. Self-love. Basically, oh, where is that? Abhyanga oil. Sorry about that. Abhyanga oil is actually, you can, for the kapha, what oil to use. For kapha, can use sesame oil and sunflower oil. So there are specific oils created by many different companies, and you can buy vata oil and pitta oil and kapha oil. So that's nice too. They have the right oil, they have right essences, they have right things, and that's just easy way to do it. Otherwise, sesame oil is also tridoshik. You can use sesame oil for all three. So that's a nice one to use. So, I would say be very, this is the intelligence of our own self. Like I would become intuitive about your own body. When you start learning about your own body, you'll see if the season is like summer and it's hot. So, and you're pitta, then you have just use something that's cooling. But if you're vata and season is hot, but you need, you don't want to have the cold, you need to heat up your body. So then sesame oil is good for all three. Use sesame oil. It's the best.
Yeah, I would like to say something.
Yes.
Why take the shower in the morning? In my culture, we always take it when the day is finished in the evening, because you go to bed. So to get up in the morning and take oil and bath, why? I guess.
Yeah. Well, the times have changed and people are working and they need to go to work and they don't have enough time and there's so much routine in Ayurveda. So it's okay if you do it at night. There is like no hard and fast route. I want you to become intuitive in your body, in your mind, and what works for you works for you. It's not like you have to do it in the morning. Like I said, the divine Shakti accepts everything. There is no rule 100%. No, no, you can do it in the evening. Morning, because here it's hot in India. Ayurveda is, originated in India, and it's hot. Day starts to become very hot, so it's just easier to take it in the morning. And lifestyles were much better, simpler then. People didn't rush to work, and they had time, so they did it in the morning. But yes, there are certain like tongue cleansing and oil pulling. It doesn't take much time. It just takes 2 minutes or 5 minutes. As you're brushing teeth, you put a tongue cleaner and you scrape your tongue. Just put a little sesame oil, gargle with it. It just pulls the toxin out of your body, and it becomes a routine. So once it becomes a routine, you see on an everyday basis you're cleansing yourself, and that cleansing really helps to bring the important thing in Ayurveda is about prevention. So it's always about not building the ama, the toxins in the body. So when you're doing these things, you're preventing it from falling sick. Basically, that's the main thing about Ayurveda, that you don't want to fall sick. Once you fall sick, then you have to go to the allopathic path. You have to, when you have to take help, you have to take help. Yeah, don't choose the, if you're just doing 2 or 3 times a day or 4 times a day, you don't choose the soap after that. You just let it wash over you, the water, and whatever is excess will go out. Whatever needs for the body will stay. And in Ayurveda, we do have, like, in olden days, they used to use gram flour, the basin, and you could just scrub it with the basin, the excess oil, because it's already very hot and oily here. But in dry countries, like I live in Canada, so I just don't choose anything. It's just nice to have that moisture, yeah, on your body. Right? Yes.
So how long should you do this solidly?
Actually, it's recommended 15 minutes. If you have the time, you can do it for 15 minutes, you should. The gargling inside, it should turn little white. It should white and frothy. So when it's white and frothy, you can spit it out. And don't spit it out in the sink, because your sink will get clogged. So, because it's oil, take it, and take a tissue or something and spit it out in a garbage bin. It's not a lot. It's like half a spoon or 1 spoon. You're not taking a whole lot. You're just swishing it around your mouth. It actually is very good for your gums and teeth. You'll never get gingivitis. You'll never have, I mean, my teeth are perfect because I do oil pulling. Gums are strong. Exactly. So when you do that, it helps with your, all the whole gum and teeth. Yes.
When the teeth has cracks and they're cemented, oil pulling is still okay?
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. I mean, you eat food, you're already getting oil in your body, so it cannot harm you. Absolutely. 8 hours to 9 hours is good. You do need that 8 hours of sleep minimum, especially for your hormones to function properly. If you're not getting 8 hours, that's when your balance goes out of the way. And like I just said, what is the melatonin is released at 10 o'clock, 9:39 to 10 is melatonin, which is you need to have a dark room, and your melatonin is released in the body, and it gives you a signal of sleep. So that is a hormone that is relaxing. It rejuvenates. It's a very, very important hormone. Really, really melatonin. So if you're nowadays, they even have melatonin capsules. So if you're not getting a good sleep, take a melatonin capsule, and then you'll see, like, it's a rejuvenation. Like, this is the hormone that rejuvenates you during at night time in your sleep. So you need to sleep around at the right time to get the right melatonin going in your body. Early to bed and early to rising. Yes, that's the good way. Yes. If you want to sync your cycle, like cycles are very important. The nature's cycle and our body cycles, we have to sync it with the nature. See, we can do anything. It's our choice. People choose to be awake till 12, 1, 2, we can do that. Our bodies can do anything, but when we'll understand that how it's harming us and how it's not really good for us, and that melatonin release is needed at 10 o'clock, right? 10:30. So you go to sleep at 10:30 and do it for a week, you're done. Your body will adapt and change. It just takes a little bit of persistence. Yes. Yeah, you can do it. And 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock is also hard for people. 3 o'clock, who's going to get up? 3:30. Like, do it slowly, gradually. You don't have to do it in one day, but set yourself up. You see, because it's the time, if you're spiritually awakened, like, you want that energy of the Brahma Muhurta coming into you. Around 4 o'clock is a really good time. The sunrise. If you get up around that time, you have the sunrise. The Shakti, the power of Shakti is really potent at that time. So pungent is all spicy, the chilies, the pepper, black pepper, longer pepper longum, all of that is pungent. And astringent is pomegranate, that is astringent. Anything you eat in your mouth and you feel dry, that's astringent. Yeah, you're welcome. Yes.
Taking extra melatonin will not stop melatonin production in the body.
Yeah, well, you would want to try your own melatonin first. Your body should produce the melatonin. It produces. If you sleep at nighttime, right time, it will produce it. But like, I was jet lagged, and I couldn't sleep, so I took a melatonin pill just for my body to get that rest and sleep. So sometimes you need it, but I would recommend not to do it that way. Just let your body produce naturally your hormones. Yes.
If melatonin is not working for you,
Hmm.
do you have a recommendation for sleeping?
Yeah, there's, of course, you can do it like to do, I don't know your prakriti, but milk with turmeric, saffron, you can put some, things that are, yes, and go to cola, you can take some herbs that can put you into relaxed state and your melatonin will be produced. So sometimes you have to train the body to do it. When we have trained it to do all wrong, we can train it to do it right, you know? Yeah. No, not necessary, but yeah, almond milk, cow's milk. If it's actually cow's milk is very good if it is the right cow's milk, So you have to get it like all hormone free and all of that. Yeah. In West we have a big issue with milk. Yes.
It's made with turmeric and cow's milk. If somebody has the lactose intolerance, is there any equivalent of that?
Yeah, almond milk. Yeah, so common at nighttime. And if you're doing the night, then in the morning, few almonds, 5 almonds, 4 almonds, and just grind them up, and then you get your own almond milk. Don't buy from the store. Yeah, I mean, it's not difficult to do it. I want to talk a bit about the cycles of stages of life. So that's also very important, stages of life. I think if you guys have done that. So we have 3 stages of life, right? The kapha stage is at the birth, and there's water and earth element, and it's heavy, slow, cool, oily, soothe, dense, and soft. So if you have children, like that's the kapha stage of life. It's building, it's nourishing, it's lubricating, it's hydrating, it's growth. So that's the kapha stage of life. And then pitta stage of life is, adult age, when we are, sharp, ambitious, want to get, things done. So that's our pitta till the age of 50. 16 to 50 is a pitta stage of life. And then the vata stage of life, 50, or maybe I would say nowadays it's 60. So people are still working and are enjoying working. So that's still pitta stage of life. And vata is when you're kind of slowing down, you want to, take it easy, become more spiritual, and, get more, vata is more connection to the universe. So they start to feel at that age that they need that divine connection, the divine, so it's a very important stages to understand in our life and live according to that. And also then we have brahmacharya, grihasthashram, vanaspastha, and sannyasa. So those are also the stages of life, and our hormones are related to that. So I wanted to talk a bit about hormones.
Could you quickly go the last one on the 4 stages?
Yes, brahmacharya is the kapha stage. Actually, is birthing and building, and they are just nourishing themselves and growing. And grihastha is the pitta, when you're active, you're creative, you're enjoying, you're achieving. You're basically is the when you start to do your work or your work life. And vanaprastha is when I was saying that 50, 40, 50 is when you start to think about retirement and slowing down and not doing so much. What is you're going to be a plan of the future? And then sannyasa is the vata phase, completely when you are retired and now you just want to be relaxing and taking life easy and just connect with the universe and cosmos and just build on that. So that is the sannyasa. Yeah. So then how our hormones are related to? So because of the hormones are these chemical messengers that receive and give information. So they are what are this hormone? They take information from one place to the other, basically. That's what the hormones do. But in Western, they have divided it into estrogen, progesterone, just subdivided and categorized, whereas the Ayurveda looks at it as a whole body, and the whole body is completely in sync. Your hormones are in balance, so they don't see as this organ is producing this. But our chakra system is very much connected to our organs. So that's why I wanted to come to the hormones. The main is this sex hormone and stress hormone, right? That's the sex hormones are and stress hormones are related to the fight and flight. They are in our two chakras at the bottom. And when we see a bear, and a bear is like going to attack, a tiger is going to attack us, and we run and we are ready to take action, that is a stress hormone. The adrenal and cortisol are produced when you're being attacked. So when you're being attacked, your body, actually the internal organs, everything shuts down. The whole energy is sent to your periphery, like to your hands and your feet, because you have to run and you have to fight. So nothing in your body is like, the digestion is gone, your heart is not beating. I mean, it's like everything is just getting ready to fight, basically. And so adrenal actually comes in your bloodstream when there's a fight and flight, there's a attack on you or something. So that comes in your bloodstream and it subsides. The attack is over and it subsides. But cortisol stays for a very long time in our body. And so when there are thoughts, we are actually, when, our thoughts can create this. Nowadays, when we are in traffic, we are taking over a car, or cars are taking over us. It's the same thing. Like, the body doesn't know it's the car. It's like a tiger attacking us. Somebody screams at, and our body is reacting exactly the same way. And we are constantly putting ourselves through these stress situations, right? And so this cortisol is being released every minute, all the time. So bodies are being flooded with nothing but cortisol. Like, we are thinking about what to do next, where to go next, and what action, and this car, and this, driving from reaching there, and then next project and next project. So the cortisol is like constantly being irrigating our, So what is the antidote to that? Antidote to that is relaxation. Relaxation, love, faith, spirituality. And then what happens is that creates the hormone called oxytocin. Oxytocin is this love hormone. As soon as you are relaxing and loving and thinking about enjoyment and joy and laugh and happiness, being in the company of people who you love being with, who give you, nourish you, nurture you, and you do things that you like, the love hormone is produced. And that her love hormone relaxes you. So what do we need to do then? We need to learn to create this hormone within ourselves. And we can create it. We don't need another person to love us. We can love ourselves. Abhyanga is a great way to love yourself. Doing this Abhyanga practice, doing the Marma massages, and taking care of yourself, looking after yourself, is the creation of oxytocin. It is that rasa, it's called the rasa flavor in Ayurveda, which is the love hormone that's created. It's this brahmana, it's this juicy, and it's a kapha actually. It's a very kapha molecule in the body. So you're creating more kapha in your body, because we are depleting ourselves so much in this modern lifestyle that we need to bring in some nourishment. So hormones actually decline by mid 50s, 50. So estrogen starts to go down, progesterone starts to go down, everything is basically going down. So, Vata, what happens to the Vata people? They'll start to have a lot of mood swings. Their skin will become very dry, and the membranes will be very. You'll feel a lot of vagina will be very dry, and scanty bleeding during menopause, constipation and irritable bowel movement, all of that, sleep disturbances, anxiety, worry, fear, everything increases. And so no, you decrease in libido, bone loss, all of that of vata. If you're feeling that during 50, if you are 50 menopause time, see what is it that fits you. And pitta would feel like hot flashes, irritability, very heavy bleeding, and they'll have skin rashes and diseases that are like skin related, and anger, irritation as soon as their periods are coming or gone. Even if they're over, they'll have a lot of anger, irritation, criticism, competitiveness. Like, that time is the very heavy time that they'll feel the most of that. Blood pressure and heart challenges will come to the pitta people, and kapha people will be like, they have weight gain during that time. Around 50s, you'll feel that suddenly they're gaining weight, and fluid retention, edema, depression, sadness, decrease in concentration, and dullness. Thyroid issues also come to kapha people a lot. and cholesterol. So this is around midlife, right? You're around your 50s. What's that? Not for yogis. Yes, exactly. If you, especially if you're practicing, Ayurveda. So we all need to find our. So what do Vata needs to do? They need to ground. They need to nourish themselves, and they need to bring warmth. Right? If you're doing all that, you can, especially all those things that are you're going through, can minimize. Yes.
You say you drink more, is that bring inside the body, or is it also have your environment more?
Yeah, all of it. So yeah, drink warm fluids, hot waters, don't drink cold anything. Keep yourself warm with your clothing because Vata can feel very cold, very chilly. And in any environment, like even if it's summer and if you're going through menopause, you're going to get that shivers, chill shivers. Whereas Pitta will get hot flashes. So it's different for different people, right? But if you're getting those chill shivers, you need to get your body warm somehow, right? So nourishment, bring nourishment to your body. And kapha, pitta people actually need to release the heat from their body. There's so much of heat built up. So, we have panchakarma and a lot of treatments that are releasing of the inflammation and the heat in the body. And they are really, really focused on pitta. So they need pitta. If you have pitta, go for panchakarma. Go to the Ayurvedic clinic and get panchakarma done. There's no other way. I mean, to do it yourself is very hard, and it's just amazing therapy for pitta. And kapha, you have to focus on your nutrition, and no don't have too much sweet. They tend to just in those there's want to eat sweet somehow. They grab to the sweet, and cleansing and breath work and all of that for kapha. So nourishing yourself during your menopause time is very important. And yeah, and doing the chakra work. If there is another workshop, we can do chakra work, which is amazing, amazing, amazing way to keep yourself constantly energized and cleanse. So this is like you're clearing because it's all subtle body. It's in your subtle body. Everything is, and so when you clear your subtle body, your body, sthula sharira also gets energized and cleansed in. So menstruation power. This is, I've studied with Maya Tiwari. She's a very powerful woman who also does Sri Vidya and Ayurveda. So she's my inspiration for some of these slides here. And I wanted to talk. I'm not sure how much you guys have learned about it. So the moon cycles are very connected to the menstrual cycle, and we have very good practices in Ayurveda with the moon cycle. So we can do some of these practices that are very much coinciding with the moon cycles. So full moon and new moon. So women carry like new moon is more cleansing, right? So you should have your periods during that time. Most of us don't have it at that time. We are just all over the place. So in olden days, they used to have periods around the new moon because it was nature's way of cleansing, clearing. And full moon was the time when women were most, the hormones were extremely potent. So they were like time for basically getting pregnant. Yes. So biorhythms. So that's what the idea was. Like you get your cycles, and there are ways in Sri Vidya that you chant the mantras, and you do certain practices in Ayurveda, and your moon cycle will align to the moon. And once it aligns, your hormones become totally balanced. So it's definitely a magic potion, that I can tell you. Yes.
So we, I believe with the moon.
Yes.
So if we breathe with the moon, our hormones are balanced.
Yes. If you get your periods around new moon, your hormones are balanced. The first week of the after the new moon, or first the few days before new moon, that's a good time to get your periods. So if you're getting your periods around that time, it's really perfect time to have your periods. If not, there are certain practices you can do, and you can bring your periods to the new moon, and that's when your mother nature, she harmonizes. Like everything starts to harmonize, especially for women, especially for women. So yeah, yes, I'm going to talk about it. Yeah. So This is from the book of Maya Tiwari, New Moon, and it's called Women Power to Heal. If you ever, and anybody is interested, they can just buy that. So you ovulate. Ovulation is on the full moon, and the new moon is the cleansing, right? So this is a practice called Uttaravasti. So if you're not aligned to the moon cycles, you can do a practice called Uttaravasti. I mean, I would recommend that you take it, go to the Ayurvedic practitioner, but if you want to experiment, you can do it yourself as well. So it's just taking sesame oil and putting it in your womb uh, through, they are called enema bags. In West, we get enema bags. A lot of, I don't know if you've seen it, or just filling up like half a teaspoon or 1 teaspoon of oil into injected into your uterus and letting it cleanse and nourish and doing that until you will get your moon cycles. You as soon as you, it's a nourishment therapy. Basically, you're nourishing your womb. So when you start nourishing your womb, the womb intelligence wakes up. And then she wants to align with the, because we are not connected to the nature, all of these problems are happening. So what we have to do is bring our intelligence to connect to the nature. And you can connect it by doing these practices. You can do Uttaravasti is one of them. Just around, so if you want, you're aligning it to the new moon. Your cycle has to align to the new moon. So you are doing it because if it is not aligned, you just do the Uttaravasti around the new moon. So new moon is like on Sunday. So you do it on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But once you get the periods around that time, or you can even do alternate days. You can do, if it's on Sunday, you do the Friday and then leave the Saturday, then do Sunday, leave the Monday, and then do Tuesday. So you can do 3 Uttaravastis that week, and your intelligence of your womb will wake up, and you will slowly, in a month or 2 months, you'll see that your cycles come to the new moon. You will start to get your periods around the new moon. Is that clear?
So you do it 3 days in a row, or
Alternate every other day
and
during that time.
it doesn't matter when your period is coming.
It doesn't matter when you do it around that time because you want your periods to come then. You want it to come on the new moon. Actually, it'll help you tremendously if you have PCOD and any of that. But if you have an access to an Ayurvedic practitioner, if you have PCOD, please check because we have beautiful therapies. And especially these Uttaravasti, and there are other herbs. They do it with herbs. So all the cysts and fibroids and everything will be gone with the herb practices. So yes, yes.
Did you say 1 teaspoon?
Yeah, or 1 to 2 teaspoon in a capsule with a tube. The other one I'm going to show you, I think it is here. It's called pichu, yoni pichu. So yoni pichu is this cotton balls. You can make actually cotton balls and soak them like they're, you just roll the cotton balls in a little longer, like our tampons, right? Like that you make them, and you soak them in oil. And you put them at nighttime in your yoni, and you leave it there in your yoni, and it's a very, very nourishing practice for yourself. You can do that, and that can do the same thing. So you do it overnight, you keep it overnight, and if you're afraid that it might leak, you can just put a sanitary napkin below. So, but nothing happens. Like it's like a tampon, right? It's soaked in oil, and it's nourishing your uterus. Put it inside, yes, at nighttime. Yeah, you probably can. Yes, I've never tried it. You can, yes. Why not? It's a good idea. Why not? I mean, yeah, I don't use it, so I don't know. But that tampon might be a good solution. Just soak the tampon in oil and put it in during new moon.
You,
No, just light it at the beginning. You don't push it too far in. You just put it in your yoni a little bit. Yeah, no, this pichu is the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But this pichu is like you can actually do it, after menopause, just to nourish yourself. Women should do this on a very regular basis, because as it's a vata phase of life after menopause, and we are drying, and nothing is working. You don't have periods, but you don't have moisture either, and you need to get your womb intelligence going. So just putting oil in your yoni is really nourishing. It's really benefits everybody. Yes.
including standard pregnancy.
No, I would just avoid the, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're pregnant, then just don't do that. Oh, I see. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. There are beautiful, again, I would say recommend because of your depending on the doshas, why you're not getting pregnant. There are herbs that can help you a lot. And of course, doing all of these practices there, like, when the womb is awakened and you're doing these practices and everything is possible. Yeah. Yoni Pichu and Yoni Steam. Yoni Steam is, I forgot to give the instructions here, but Yoni Steam is also very nourishing therapy that all of us can do. And it's not dependent on, what your dosha is or any of that, but just don't have have beautiful herbs. Like you can take flower essences, um, rose, lavender, and there are some Ayurvedic herbs that you can use and just put a pot with hot water and put your flowers, any flowers. You could just put, Tridoshik is lavender and rose, and you can, and just, if you don't have a stool like this would be great, but if you don't have, you can find, Amazon has these yoni tubs. They just sit on the toilet seat. They're just a shallow thing. They sit on the toilet seat. You put your herbs in the hot water and you sit on top of that. It's like doing a facial massage. You steam massage you do, right, for your face. It's the same practice, but you're doing it for your yoni. But and so you can do that same alternate days, couple of days. You'll feel like you will wake up your yoni and womb, basically. The magnetism that comes from these practices. Yes.
Isn't there a time in the cycle that you should or shouldn't do it?
Definitely during not your periods you shouldn't do it. Yeah, and see, these are very mild things. I'm not saying that, do not make the steam very hot. You don't want the vata getting vitiated. So if you're pulling the energies downwards, what's happened is we are always going upward, 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 and that's why we have a lot of um, even our kriyas that we do, and sometimes even the yogas we do, we are actually pushing because we want the third eye to open and we want all this vision, but we're forgetting the woman power is in the womb, and we are depleting ourselves down there. So to actually nourish and bring our intelligence back to the womb is a very different, very, very different intelligence. So you can do this. It's not harmful anytime, yeah, except for periods and pregnant and all of that. But it's like doing, literally, I'm saying you, it's like doing facial massage. So you just need to take care of your womb and your yoni a lot more if you want that.
Steam and yoni that including like burning in.
Yes, yeah, yes, that's also very Ayurvedic practice of doing the fuming. Say it's similar, but those are herbs. Yes, they are Ayurvedic herbs that are actually done. In some cultures, even when the girls are getting married, before the marriage, they do this fuming and all that to invoke the intelligence of the womb. So the procreation is a very important aspect of women, basically. So and creativity can be awakened by doing these practices. Any age, any time. You just don't have to be, and all of this is like a very benign practices that can help you. It's nourishment. It's nourishment basically.
So for the fuming, there isn't a particular.
There is, but it depends on the doshas as well as. But there are for marriages they used to give it to. I think I can tell you that later. I don't have it right now, but there are certain herbs that are for tridoshik. You can use that. Yeah.
Even after delivery,
Yes.
they used to do this fuming with that loban.
Excellent. Excellent. What did they use?
It's not loban, but
Loban. Nahi. Loban is for.
it's not loban, it is samran. Samran.
Yeah. The samrani is, I think, for purification. Purification of the house, purification of your spiritual energy. You can do that. Yes. So it's just actually activating that power in you. The women Shakti power is in the womb. And to activate that womb power, you have to, do all of these practices and especially bringing vata down, prana downwards. Doesn't have to be always upwards. We have a connection here. Men don't have that.
We can do this fuming
Samran. Yeah. Yes.
with samran.
Yes. You can do with samrani. Absolutely. What's that? Say again? Hysterectomy, yeah, no. Energetically, you still have a womb. So that energy still exists. It doesn't matter. You can still do it. That energy of the womb is your energy you still have.
Is there anything you do with Ayurveda for premature menopause?
To bring it back, I know it's the, yeah, women want it the other way around. They just want to get rid of it so they can do, be like a man and do everything and achieve everything. But it has beautiful hormones that actually nourish us, right? And so we have to, when you do these practices, it may come back. You try the steaming, you try the pichu, and you never know. If it is not medically done, it is possible. See, all these medicines, herbs have its own intelligence, and they are according to the need, they change, they provide you what you need. They're very intelligent herbs. See, now it's all modernized. In West, especially, we have it all very modernized, all these practices. But it really massaging your with the egg, there's no harm. I wouldn't leave it inside as such. But if you have like a rose quartz or a crystal that is energetically sound, right? So you can do the massaging internally and externally, because why I'm saying this is there are murmur points. There are murmur points which are inside the passage, and it's a very important murmur point. So if you're going to do the massage, gentle massage around the lips and around the inside, doing meditations. I don't know if there is, we can finish with a meditation if you like, but awakening the womb Shakti is very powerful practice. There's more, a lot of practices can be, the herbs can solve everything, so they don't really, men don't know how to teach this to women, they don't. So if you find a women practitioner, they might tell you, and it was usually done during, pregnancy, after especially this, the steaming and all was a practice that was done for a certain reason. But you can find practitioners now. The Maya Tiwari, I love her work, and I do it. My work courses. I mean, my next slide is about my work that I'm focused on the yoni work. So awakening the womb Shakti through Sri Vidya, Ayurveda, and mindful meditation. So doing the somatic body work to awaken the womb. So that's my work too. Yes.
If your breathing is already aligned with the new moon, but you want to try the Pichu practice,
Yeah.
does doing it another time, can it like actually move your cycle to another time?
You know, the eighth day of the moon, till the eighth day of the moon, you can do most of these practices. After the eighth day of the moon, you can just take it, not do it, actually. But especially for the new moons, the one that you're doing it to align your cycle with the new moon, that you do it till the eighth day. Don't go beyond that. Uttravasti, don't do it after eighth day of the moon. Yeah, till eighth day. That's it. Yeah.
The yoni steam is just water and flowers. Can you put any herbs or?
Yeah, you can put herbs. Triphala is actually good. Triphala, you can, if you know triphala, you can put triphala and let the steam of triphala. It's a herb with three fruits. Triphala. So yeah, yeah. Sorry, but no.
There is trouble with, like there's a fear of, or either it's physical or
Mental. Yeah. So yeah, actually it's a vata problem. Go gentle, but I think nourishing your womb and yoni, because vata is the location of vata is down. So you need to nourish yourself there, especially if you have any of those fears. Yes, try them, especially the sesame oil would help also, and the steam and all of that. Just go gentle.
After the questions, will you take us through that meditation you mentioned?
Yeah,
Probably to close with.
yes, we can do that. Go ahead.
So I know I recognize myself in all the three types.
Uh huh.
How would I find out what you recommend for to
Yes. Nerve, yes. Because the pulse diagnosis is very important. And also the truth is that we are all changing. We are never the same. The true Prakriti is at the birth time, who you were when you were born. So rest is all our Vikruti, which is constantly changing. So you have to adapt and change with the seasons and time and day and be in balance with the nature constantly. So that's how you are, aligned yourself to the nature and let her flow through you is when you're 100% aligned. But your nerve and pulse will tell what is going on right now. And the pulse is really important to go through with an Ayurvedic practitioner. Once you know what your Prakriti is, you can go to Ayurvedic practitioner. There's Deepak Chopra website where she has given like 100 questions or 50 questions. You can go do your own check as well on the website and find out what your Prakriti is. Then you know what kind of herbs. And she has mentioned a lot of herbs. And all of these practices are there and with herbs. So it's a very good book, actually. If you want to do these practices, I would recommend buy it. Yes.
One question. There is a lot of communication between us where to do Ayurveda. I know you're in Canada, but can you give us a little light on authentic ancient practices of Ayurveda in India and modern spas or?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think, the Panchakarma helps everyone. And it's a 21-day, place. You should not do it like think of doing it in fast and hurry. If you're going to do an Ayurveda, you need to give time. So you need to give it minimum of 10 days to 21 days to see any changes. And the Ayurveda is not a quick fix. So they change your diet, they change your lifestyle, they change your, the way you're thinking. There's spirituality involved. There's everything involved in it. So you go to a place, you look for a center that is doing all of it. It's not just giving you massages and does some your knee pain issue fixed with the oil. Those are very quick fixes. They will come back. But when you're doing a deep work, you look. We want to look for a authentic place. And I mean, I go to a place called Vedigrama. Have you heard of it? Yes. So that's place where all Ayurvedic practitioners go. A lot of them. So it's in Coimbatore, border of. So that's one good place to go to. There are many other as well. So I wouldn't. I mean, that's the place I love. But you could go to many other. There's many other. Shall we do a meditation? Okay. So again, close your eyes. Bring your palms to your thighs and open your palms and receive the energy of the universe. Just relax your palms on your thighs. Don't have to hold it up. So take a deep breath in and slow breath out. Another deep breath in and slow breath out. And visualizing the cosmos filled with this golden light, the light of the universe, the light of the Mother, the Divine Mother, Lalita Tripura Sundari. She is the creation. There's existence and dissolution. She is Ichha, Jnana, Kriya, all of it. So visualizing this golden light coming from the universe and coming deep, falling down onto your forehead, Sahasrara Chakra. Visualizing that light is filling up your head, the top of the head, filling up your forehead. This beautiful sparkle of golden light is filling up your eyes, your nose, your cheek. Each cell, each molecule is being filled and vibrated with this light. The right cheek, the left cheek. Feel this light going onto your lips, the upper lip, the lower lip. Feel the tingling, the vibration of the sparkly golden light filling up your whole head, your ears, earlobes, the ear canal, down at the back of your neck, the side of your neck, onto your shoulder, the right shoulder, the underarms, the upper arm, elbow, lower arm, and wrist. Feeling the palms and the fingers all filled with this golden light, the sparkling golden light of the Mother Divine. See, she's you and you're her. She's becoming you. Feel her left hand coming into your right left hand. The sparkling light from the left shoulder to the upper left underarm and upper arm, elbows, lower arm, wrist, palm, fingers, and her hands are your hands. She's coming down into your chest, filling up your chest with this golden light, the beautiful golden light into your heart, and feeling that light in your heart vibrating outwards. Feeling these vibrations expanding from your heart all the way out, all around into your auras, going down from your heart to from the upper thoracic to the belly, the stomach, all the organs, the stomach, the liver, the spleen, into your lower intestine, large intestine, small intestine, all of that. And then she decides down into your womb, feeling the womb now, feeling your uterus. Feeling the passage, entry into the uterus, from the cervix up into the vagina, into the womb. See the womb inside. Can you feel it? See as if there are 4 doors in the womb. The 4 doors, the passages from the fallopian tube to the ovaries. Enter through the passages, the door, into your ovaries, and fill it up with this golden light, light of the Mother, the Divine Mother, the creative force, the nourishment, the joy, the happiness. Everything flows into your life when she is there. You don't need to work. She does it for you. Invoke her, feel her. Invoke her powers into you. Going into the bladder and kidneys. One at a time, open the door and fill it up with the golden light. This womb Shakti is the creative force, the creative power. The mantra for Lalita Tripura Sundari is Aim Clean Soh. So clean Aim. Visualizing this golden light and chant Aim Clean Soh. clean. Aim. Aim. Clean. Soha. So clean. So clean. Feeling this light fully bright, shining like a golden sun from your womb. Feel this energy from your womb passing down to your limbs now, the thighs, the knees, the calves and the shin, the heel, sole of the foot, and the toes, all the way down, deep into the earth. She's connecting you to the divine Mother Earth, and she's connecting you to the divine Mother in the space, all through the chakras, all through the cosmos. She's connecting you. You are her, she is you. Visualize her being you, becoming you. Be divine. Know you are divine. Let her flow through you. Bring your hands to your heart. Feel her love. She's happy when you're happy. If you want to make her feel happy, then you have to be happy. She comes into your life when you're full of joy, full of laughter, absolutely no worries. Everything is there for your good. All good and bad. Everything is for your good. Accept her as you. She is you. Breathe in and feel your heart. Feel this pulsation in your heart and the divine pearl, the divine mother's light in your heart. You are the joy. You are the love. Bow down to yourself. Bow down to your own divine light. Om Shri Matre Namah. Open your eyes gently and bow down to each other. Shri Matre Namah.